Okay, so you've got the card of too many tears. So you have been a bit depressed recently, and maybe you've been thinking about all the vindictive, spiteful behavior that you had to endure within that relationship. But there's new hope coming in for you. So you've got that on your mind. So in the past, you've been very nostalgic. And maybe this is why you've been crying so much, because you've been very, very nostalgic. But that relationship that you were in, there was a lot of possessiveness, and maybe you are romanticizing the past too much. You got to see it for what it was. So going into the future, there's a sense of fulfillment coming, and you are looking for commitment. So you are going to move into a better phase. Maybe this is just the end of the year and the energies are a bit low, and they're a bit stuck right now. So maybe you're just going through a little bit of a phase right now, but you will have the sense of fulfillment coming in, and you are establishing what you want in the future, and you do want commitment. So those are the energies for those 2 weeks. So it looks like you're ending, or you've ended that relationship that you were in, and you are mourning it a bit with the death card. You can see she's at the grave. Maybe you are romanticizing the past, thinking about whatever happened. And this woman's in black, so she's mourning the past. But there's also a sunrise in the future over there. So you need to move away from this graveyard, stop thinking about the past so much, and walk towards the sunlight in the future there. I don't know if you can see that. So there is a bright new future coming up for you, the new sunrise, a new day dawning. So you got to leave behind this relationship that has ended and stop living in the past. Get out of these black clothes and start going out and having a little more fun. So stop being depressed about things. So what's happening with you? Well, you're coming across as the Queen of Cups, and this is your card, the card for Cancer. But it's also showing a bit of depression, a bit of, feeling alone, and, reviewing things and crying about things a lot. Because the Queen of Cups tends to be very, very emotional. And this is how you're coming across as well. And you're hiding your feelings from everybody else. But inside, you're feeling very, very miserable about what happened. And very heartbroken, because this is crossed by the Two of Swords over here. So very, very heartbroken. You can see this heart is being hidden by this handkerchief over here. You lost communication with the person that you were in a relationship with. It seems to have broken down, and you are very, very heartbroken about it and hurt, but you're hiding that hurt, and you're doing it in private, and you're spending a lot more time by yourself as well. So in the past, it looks like you were in that relationship that you thought was very committed. You've got the Two of Cups over here, but both of you were wearing masks. So you were hiding a lot of things from each other, and it was not a good relationship. It seemed like, it didn't stand the test of time, because you were both hiding from each other or not revealing things about yourselves to each other. So although you're enjoying each other's company and, you seem to be getting along pretty well, both of you were hiding and maybe not revealing things about yourselves to each other. And this is probably why there was a breakdown in communication and this relationship broke down. Now, in the past 3 months, there seems to be some kind of invitation that has come to you. It seems like somebody's been asking you out, and maybe you have not been accepting it. But there has been an offer that has come in with this Page of Rods. This might be a fire sign person that's coming in, because the Rods is the card of Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So this could be an invitation that is coming in from a fire sign person. But this person has been asking you out, and maybe you haven't accepted this invitation yet. They've been trying to communicate with you anyway. You're still very heartbroken about what happened. It might have been a third-party situation, and you feel like you got the worst for wear because this person's been stabbed in the heart over here. So it seems like, things had happened, and there was that breakdown of communication and it was a crisis in your life. And things were destroyed. Maybe that relationship was destroyed to such a point, or you were so hurt by it that you haven't managed to establish your confidence again to go out there and date again. So this could well be the case. You're still getting over that situation. Now you've got the Empress card over here, which says that things are going to get better. You are coming into your own again. You're getting back your confidence again. It's coming back slowly, but it is coming back. And maybe all this time that you're spending by yourself, even with this, is coming to terms, even the Queen of Cups, you're coming to terms with whatever happens. And with the Empress card, it's a card of abundance. It's a card that a lot of people admire you and think that, they think you're the bee's knees, really. They think that, they really, really like you a lot. Or you're coming across as being very regal and very, somebody who's very independent as well, and very intuitive as well. So a lot of people admiring you, but you're still spending a lot of time by yourself. So it's time for you to maybe get out there and get back on the scene again, if you like. Now, what's coming in for you? The Wheel of Fortune. So things are going to start moving. So if you're stuck in this energy, things are going to start turning. With the Wheel of Fortune, any kind of delays are over, and you start moving forward. So you might end up meeting somebody and maybe initially establishing some kind of a very strong physical relationship, a very strong sexual relationship with this person. But definitely things are going to start moving. So this energy of being alone or stuck in this loneliness is going to come to an end. You've got 3 cards here of being very, very much alone. You've got this Death card here. You've got this Queen of Cups over here. And you've got the Empress card here. 3 cards of being completely alone, but it seems like things are going to change. And, it's about time maybe that you accept the offer that has been coming in for you. Things are very stuck, and even people around you see that. Maybe they see that you made too much of sacrifices for that previous relationship. You do feel like everything is not moving, and, maybe you're looking at things also from a very different perspective. You do feel maybe that whole situation has tied your hands and legs, and you feel like you can't move. Maybe you feel paralyzed by that previous relationship. But it is time to move, because this Wheel of Fortune is coming in. So you will be able to have that energy to actually make a move. And your hopes and fears, you're worried that you might be investing in something that is a bit frivolous. With this 10 of Cups, you're worried that you will have the same problems that you had in the previous relationship. Or maybe you're worried that if you get into a new relationship, you will have no connection with that person. You will not be able to establish that emotional connection. So going into the future, you've got the Moon card, the Page of Pentacles, and you've got the Lovers card. So the Moon card is also talking about still feeling depressed and feeling, there's a lot of illusion, making things out to seem worse than they are, or waiting for the worst case scenario, or being confused about the whole situation. And there is a need for you to communicate. So you are isolating yourself a little bit. Maybe you've got some unrealistic expectations of what you want out of your next relationship. Now, it seems like there is some kind of communication coming to you. And this is the Page of Pentacles. So it looks like you might be meeting somebody from at work, somebody that you, they're very artistic, and, they are trying to get to the top. So they are very ambitious. They are working up their way up the career ladder as well. And, they have some hidden talents that you don't even know about. So it looks like you might actually meet somebody, and they might actually offer you, this might be a offer. This might be a, something where they ask you out. So it is good to keep your mind, an open mind about the whole situation. You might be quite surprised. You might end up actually liking them quite a bit. And it looks like you will, because then you'll reach a point where you have to make a decision about whether or not you want to go out with this person. This is the Lovers card. So this relationship with this person could end up becoming something that is, something that you, where you become very, very physically attracted to this person. And, it might be that relationship that you've been looking for. It might be that the love that you've been looking for, and you might be fall head over heels in love with this person. So it looks like there's some kind of offer coming in from somebody that you work with, and it looks like it might end up becoming a relationship. It might end up even becoming a committed relationship. You can see this woman's hat's dropped off, so you might end up falling madly in love with this person. So keep your mind open. And if you have any illusions or any expectations, you need to drop those expectations and just approach this relationship with fresh eyes and a fresh perspective. Because don't put any kind of criteria on the relationship. You need to accept it for what it is. Even though this man is standing over here with no shoes on, it might not be that he's poverty stricken. It might just be that he just doesn't like to wear shoes. So, you might, it's good to go into the relationship with an open mind. So, you can expect, if you don't have any expectations, you really can't be disappointed. And it might end up becoming, that whirlwind romance that you were waiting for all your life. So, although you're spending a lot of time, it seems like the Wheel of Fortune is going to come in and shift things for you. And it might end up becoming something that you've been waiting for this might be the one relationship that you've been waiting for. So you are putting that old relationship to rest, and don't keep dwelling in the past. Lay it to rest, bury it, and move on. So I'm just going to draw some cards from the Power Tarot. So there you go. The first card is new beginnings. So this is a new beginning that is coming in for you, and it's going to be something that's really good. So starting a new life, finding your purpose, and forgiving a compassionate review of the past. So it looks like something brand new coming in for you, and it's going to be something that you've always wanted. So keep an open mind, stop being depressed about things, and start moving on. You've got the Four of Ariel, and four cards of are usually about stability. And this says, when you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change. So, you need to let go of that past and, start moving forward. Stop being resistant to any kind of change. If somebody comes in for you and makes an offer to you, you need to accept that. Move on. Because if you don't, you might miss an opportunity, and this might be a lifetime opportunity. It might turn out to be something really wonderful. And you've got the Knight of Michael coming in. It says, time to move quickly, choose logic over emotion, and sudden changes. So it looks like this relationship will come in quite quickly, and you need to also act quickly. So don't be there and procrastinate. In other words, make your decision and move on. Don't have any illusions or don't have any expectations, and it might turn out to be something really wonderful. So it's about time that you let go of that past and start moving forward. And it looks like something beautiful is going to be coming in for you, a new beginning.